My name is Gilberto Mendez, Gilberto Mendez. What's going on, people? You're watching the Benjamin Brothers Show. What up?
That's Benjamin Brothers. Say it again. Good sound, but we put it down. That's Benjamin Brothers. Say it again.
Cheers. Today we're going to talk about, let's talk about teens. You know, when we were in our younger years, we used to think we were so slick. You know what I mean? And it's just, this was before the teen years, but when you're a teen, you really think you're smart. You really think that you got it in the bag. You really think that you're smarter than your parents. Now here's the thing that gets me. Why do we think that? Now, if my mom and my father have been on the planet longer than me, and in my case, they were 20 years older than me, and I'm thinking that I'm going to come up with something new as a way to trick them into doing things. Taking advantage of my mom and her, working late nights, and taking advantage of schedules and I was going through, my parents were divorced, so I went through little things where my brother and I would try to come up with ways to get over on our parents. It seemed that when you're a teen, you think more about yourself and how you can get ahead and what you're going to do and how you can get over, and you don't really take into account all the other people who are involved. You don't have it in your mind that your parents are going to know stuff. You don't have it in your mind that people around might know your parents or are going to know your parents, and they might tell on you. You never really think about that stuff. I wish I could actually come up with it at the moment. I can't, but I wish there was a way I can come up with a psychological answer as to why we do this. I haven't done any research, and the only reason I'm talking about this is because I'm going through something right now. Won't get into all that. But anyway, so as a teenager, we think that we are smart, and we try to pull all these little games and little schemes. And now being a parent, where this is now happening to me, it boggles my mind. But then I have to go back to the way I was and how I was as a younger individual, thinking these same things. And the difference between then and now, as it is in any case, the difference between later than now is the technology. Back in the days, if we got on punishment and we were told we couldn't go outside, oh man, that was brutal. You tell a kid now they can't go outside. So now the punishments get into, no Wii, no PlayStation 3, no PlayStation of any type, no Nintendo of any type, no Xbox of any type. No, you can't use your BlackBerry. No, you can't use your sidekick. Give me the phone. You actually have to make it prison, where you have to put yourself in a position where the child is in a room with just a bed and a bunch of books. They're fed through the door or under the door, depending on your tolerance of the child at that time. And there has to be bars on the windows, phone has to be taken out, TV has to be taken out, And it's crazy because as parents now, my generation of parents, we, as I guess anybody else, now that I think about it, we try to do more for our kids than what our parents did. And it's not to say that our parents did a bad job, it's a progression thing. You just want to do better than what your parents did. So if your parents beat the hell out of you, you don't want to beat your kids. You understand what I'm saying? If they were moderate with it, which my parents were moderate with that, to a point of, I will still do it if I have to do it. You dig what I'm saying? as far as discipline. Now, I'm not a child abuser or anything like that, and my parents weren't child abusers. But I'm just saying that, it depending on how your parents or your guardians or whoever raised you was to you, you try to do better for the next child, okay? So that goes into the ways of discipline. So now when you have kids that are 15 years old or 10 years old and they got cell phones and things like that, the punishments are now taking those things away, as opposed to the little stuff like taking the actual outside world away from them. You know what I mean? So what do we do in this time and age, man? Is there anything that you would know that I don't know? You know what I mean? What is it that makes us, or I should say, because we're on the topic of teens, what is it that makes teens think that they're so independent? You know, you really don't start to think about responsibility for real, until you reach your 20s, unless you're still living with your mom. You really don't think about responsibilities until you have a child. Then all of a sudden you're back to kissing your parents' behinds, saying, I'm sorry for what I did 20, 30 years ago. I really do. And I did that. I did it. My brother did it. We told our parents we're sorry for being who we are. And I'm expecting that from my kids. I'm expecting it. I don't know when, but I'm expecting it to happen as their kids come in. And now I see the cycle. Because as a parent of a new parent, I should say, as a grandparent, you feed into that. You dig what I'm saying? My mom, my father will feed into our kids acting up. Why? Because we acted up, and that's their way of getting us back. It's a cycle. It's a crazy cycle. Cheers to y'all. I just wanted to get that off my chest. If I was rambling, so what? You watch the show, you like the show, support it. You dig? My man Mike, I want to thank you for actually getting another dude, which, you know, I hope he stayed in tune. I hope you like this show right here. For my man Taz for getting some another viewer on here. I see the show has increased its viewership to some point. And then, hey, speaking of which, I see that not a lot of people tune in for that sushi show, so I apologize for that. I have to experiment with this. I have a whole year to figure out what I'm going to do with this show. You know, at this point, I'm looking at other shows on YouTube and seeing why people are getting millions of hits. As a matter of fact, there's one that I'm going to try to tap into. I'm not going to say it yet, who it is, but I'm going to try to tap into and see if I can connect with this person, because their show is kind of funny. And I'm going to try to take it to that new level. I'm always open for suggestions. I'm always open for topics. Anything, man. Just let me know. I'm at INQRONICLES@yahoo.com. Inqronicles@yahoo.com. Thank you for supporting the Benjamin Brothers. Thank you for supporting the Inky Man. There's more things to come for the most part. Love y'all for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for supporting some of your topics and suggestions and comments. Which, oh, by the way, I hope that you guys out there in Connecticut with all that nonsense have stopped. I got one more person, but I'm just waiting to see what he's gonna do.
In life, you have some people going around and disrespecting the elders. In life, you have some people going around disrespecting other people who step up in their life. All the people in front of you know, say you're not dead for hunger, but I'm seeing another year right now. Everybody, every man and woman.
I hear you, lad. The big brother's watching.
And you're gonna do it because I said so. I am your father.